You've already used return to return a value from a method, but return and the similar break can also be used to escape from loops. In this lesson, you'll use break and return to escape from a loop. To begin, open the My Project sample file from your Sample Files folder. And open calculatorfunctions.cs if it isn't open already. Now you're going to use the break keyword to make the addToNumbers method stop iterating when it encounters a value of 17. Using break, you can exit out of a loop without exiting the method. Add the following code immediately after the first curly bracket of the while loop. If numbers counter equals 17, break. This is a simple if statement that checks whether the current item in the numbers collection has a value of 17. When this value is encountered, it exits the while loop using break. Now view calculator.aspx in your web browser and click the second button. This time a total of 174 is displayed rather than the 194 that you were expecting. This is because your loop stopped when it encountered a value of 17. So instead of 12 plus 10 plus 17 plus 10 plus 135 plus 10, you're seeing 12 plus 10 plus 17 plus 135. Close your browser now and add the following code to the end of the addToNumbers method outside the while loop. Numbers 0 equals numbers 0 plus 999. Now view the page in your browser again and click the second button again. This time the total comes to 1173. Your calculation is now 12 plus 10 plus 17 plus 135 plus 999. Although your break exited from the while loop, it didn't exit the method. This meant that the code following the while loop was able to run. Close your web browser and you're going to change break to return to see the difference. As you might have guessed, return will exit the entire method instead of just exiting the loop. Change break to return. Now view calculator.aspx in your browser once more and click the button. Once again, the total is 174. The method terminated when return was encountered in your code, so the line that adds 999 to the total was never reached. This behavior isn't exclusive to while loops. Break and return can be used in exactly the same way in for each and for loops. Close your web browser now. And before ending this lesson, I'd just like to point out that it is best practice to avoid using break and return in loops wherever possible. Instead of using break in this example, it would have been better to use a simple if statement. The reason that this is best practice is because methods are expected to run from beginning to end through a logical process. Exiting in the middle of that process makes your code harder to understand. It's still important to recognize and understand break and return, because not all programmers will stick to that standard. Close Visual Studio now. And you've now completed Lesson 8.6. Use break and return.